and we'll go back and take that again from CSI, which was that interview he granted in Ogun State. Let's take this one and come back.
impediment to Yoruba development. It's the impediment to Yoruba development. Without Nigeria, we would be where we are. 1960, we were far ahead of South Korea and North Korea. We were far ahead of China even. We had television before France. We had radio before South Africa. Now look at where we are today. I think it's a shame that even any Yoruba man can be talking about restructuring at this point in time. What are we restructuring? This country that is already shot to pieces? I don't think that's what we want. But they are always talking about giving Nigeria a chance. The patience of Yoruba with Nigeria has come to an end.
But our historic memory includes the notion that your greatest days were under Ivan, Peter the Great, and Catherine the Great. In other words, when you could control your neighbors. And people don't want to be controlled anymore. They want to be free to chart their own course. I'll never forget the first time a man with impeccable military credentials, the warden of Rhodes House, who was Admiral Viscount Montgomery's aide de camp in World War II, said, you know, you're going to have to leave Vietnam. For the same reason we had to leave Nigeria. We left Nigeria, there was a horrible war, 3 million people died, but we had to go, and you're going to have to go. And I said, why? He said, because they don't want you. You know, people want to chart their own course. They have to feel secure.
Again. No going back. Ìgbòho òòṣà iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ ń tẹ̀síwájú. Mr. Koiki ẹ ṣé o, àwọn ọmọ mi ló ń kí yín o. Àwọn ọmọ mi ló ń kí yín o. Lágbára Ọlọ́run, a máa délẹ̀ lérí o lórúkọ Jésù. Yorùbá nation.
And a very good evening and welcome to the late night broadcast. This is koikimedia live at exactly 9:35 a.m. or no 9:35 p.m. I think I'm living in a different world entirely. Tuesday, March 21st, 2023. It might be the system crashed earlier, and I believe all the system are up and running, and I hope everyone can hear me loud and clear. It is almost 6 minutes past already. As usual, we might have ample of time, 3 hours maximum. I try not to go more than 3 hours, but I can run 3-4 programs in a day, and each one of them will be within that average. As you're all settling into the broadcast, always try to look at the topic. Professor Lori Eshegoni, loud and clear, according to those of you that have already joined. From our mother, Mrs. Fatima Alaja, Aku Ìpalẹ̀mọ́ Ramadan, fáwọn tí wọ́n ní jẹ ọ̀sán bíi tèmi báyìí. Torí irú àwa máa jẹ ọ̀sán o, àti sọ sílẹ̀ o, kó má jẹ́ pé jọ́ mi ẹ̀kọ́ rí bá Koiki nínú àwẹ̀ ló wá ń fi nǹkan sẹ́nu báyìí. So ẹ mọ̀ pé iṣẹ́ tèmi gbé dání mo dẹ̀ ti gbogbo bíbá ti lọ. Ẹ̀pẹ́ tó bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ omi náà ni mo tẹ̀ lómi ní láti lọ bomi sínú jáàgì interface suppress ẹ̀ náà nìyẹn. Mo kí namesake mi Ọlákúnlé, mo kí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ti wọlé lórí Instagram wa nìkan ni kò wà disconnected when my system crashed. Overwork me. I have another one here that I can supplement, but ẹ̀mọ̀ tí wọ́n bá ti use mọ́ kankan, Ọlọ́run á yẹ ká use mọ́ Nàìjíríà, ìyẹn ló ṣe ń difficult láti kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà fún àwọn tá à ń ṣàlàyé fún. One way traffic làwọn Yorùbá, ọba ti wà lójú kan báyìí, wọ́n ń lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Mo kí bàbá wa Ògúntóyìnbó Abíọ́dún. Mo kí ẹ̀yin tí mo máa ń bá pàdé nínú Facebook Messenger, tẹ́ máa ń bú mi dáadáa. Ẹ̀rọ kí mi náà máa ń bú àwọn parents yín. Mo lè má sọ̀rọ̀ èbó tí máa ń bú yín. Mo mọ̀ pé oríṣiríṣi account náà lè create, so mo máa ń bú yín dáadáa. Praise God, good afternoon, good evening. Where do I even start? Mo kọ́kọ́ lọ, mo kí Elédùmarè, mo kí àwọn Kristẹni, mo kí Mùsùlùmí. Ní gbogbo ìgbà, Yoruba nation is not a Christian, is not a Muslim, it is not a traditionalist, but we are all believer one way or the other in all these religions. A lot of people have complained so many times pé ẹ̀sìn ló fi bayé jẹ́. Ẹ̀sìn lè wà, àmọ́ ìwà gangan ló ń pè ní ẹ̀sìn. Bó ṣe yé mi mọ̀, mo kí Alájà Sharifa, mo kí ẹ̀yin followers wa, mo kí àwọn ọmọ PDP àti APC. At least election ṣáà ti tán nísìn. Ẹ̀dẹ̀fọ́ máa gbọ́n kankan. Ẹ wá jókòó sí ìbàdàn náà kájọ máa tayò yẹn. Ta ló mọ bó ṣe ń tayò? Ọ̀pọ̀n àwọn tayò yẹn lọ báyìí. Ó dà pé mo ní picture bá mi níjọ́ ta lọ sí Pòbẹ̀. Bàbá yẹn bá ti ṣe débẹ̀ báyìí ló ti jókòó sílẹ̀ lẹ̀ wàláì. Ní màá máa yìí kẹ́ ẹ̀tẹ̀ tí ìjẹ́ ká ìjọ ta lọ sí Kétu Aláké, mo kí bàbá wa kan níbẹ̀, Ìgbòho ṣàlẹ̀ ń wò yẹn wàláì. Bíyà ó ti jókòó sílẹ̀ lẹ̀. Mo dẹ̀ ní back end team tó dáa tó máa capture àwọn orúkọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. That is CSI there. While we are waiting for the king. Bí ṣe máa ń sọ ní gbogbo ìgbà, kò sí bí a ṣe lè jókòó síbí káwa máa torí pé àwa la wà níbí, ẹ̀yin lẹ wà lọ́hùn-ún, whether ilé ló wà ní o wà labroad, káwa máa disrespect yín náà. But mo ò fẹ́ yẹ kó disrespect mi lórí views tèmi, utterances tèmi ó yàtọ̀ gan sí gbogbo platform. Torí pé mo ti gbé pẹ̀lú àwọn òyìnbó for 24 years. Bàbá Akíntóyè náà wọ́n gbé l'Amẹ́ríkà for 25 years, but àna side diplomacy làwọn mú. But bàbá tí mo gbà fún ni, màá dẹ̀ gbà fún wọn délẹ̀. Torí pé bàbá tó ta wá lómi jí nígbà tí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ti sùn. Àwọn kan ń pe bàbá yẹn ní oríṣiríṣi orúkọ, kò yé wọn ni. Kódà lára àwọn tó máa ń sẹ́ndì mẹ́sẹ̀gì sí mi lórí messenger tó bá bú mi, màá wá sọ fún wọn pé bàbá ẹ kò tí ì ṣe tèmi ṣe, torí tí bàbá ẹ bá ti ṣe tí mò ń ṣe ni ó yẹ kí n ti gbọ́rọ̀ Yorùbá nation tipẹ́. Ó dà ń pé ìwọ ọmọ Ìgbò tó wà ní bíbá ẹ̀, ó dà ń pé another world ló wà. Tó ń bi mí pé are you back from election break? Ṣé mo sọ fún ẹ pé mo lọ fún election break tẹ́lẹ̀? Ẹ bá ti ń wọnú platform ní platform, Simon Ekpa ń sọ̀rọ̀, ó lọ sọ́dọ̀ Simon Ekpa kó lọ gbọ́n tó ń sọ. Orí ti Yorùbá platform yẹn lẹ máa wá bí ìgbà tó jẹ́ pé ẹ̀yin náà ti lọ. Ẹ̀yin náà tí lọ, gbogbo àjọ fi lọ ni. Ẹni yára lògùn dẹ̀ ń gbè ni. So tí ẹ bá rá àwọn ọmọ Ìgbò kankan tó bá ń comment nonsense yẹn, ẹ ti mọ̀ pé tí kò ní làákàyè. Mo ti yọ kúrò, ẹ jẹ́ kó lọ sí platform àwọn ọmọ Biafra lọ́hùn torí òun ò ní làákàyè. Happy birthday once again to the good guy, Simon Ekpa. Nígbà téèyàn ń béèrè pé ṣé mo ti take a break láti ìgbà tó ṣe election, ẹ rí pé ó ti ya wèrè. So tó bá ẹmọ kan ara máa ń ta wọn gan tó bá ń sọ pé Yorùbá people you no dey do anything. Ẹ̀yin náà tí lọ ẹ ṣì wà ní process ni torí ẹ tí declare country yín. So we are still on the ìyẹn ni a ṣe ń sọ pé alliance yẹn ó dáa. Ká máa bá ètò lọ. So èyí tí mo fẹ́ fàyọ níbẹ̀ Abdullahi ọ̀rẹ́rìn wàláì iṣẹ́ tá gbé dání. Mo wá ṣe realize abájọ tí àwọn Sky News wọ́n jẹ́ kọ́rí comment. Àwọn náà máa ń búyàn gan. Wàláì oníbèbí kan tó máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ lórí Sky News KABIRU. Tẹ́ bá lọ sórí Twitter, àwọn èèyàn máa ń gbà sí fún, òun náà máa ń gbà sí fún wọn padà. Mana okay, but ẹ mọ̀ pé àwa nísìnyí àwa ti use mọ́ bá ṣe ń ṣe normally tó bá jẹ́ pé full broadcasting gangan ni kò jẹ́ ká máa rí comment yìí. So iye ẹṣẹ rí gbogbo àwọn tẹ máa ń ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn channels ṣe wọn kí n ba lóye kò ń ka comment yìí, so kò lè mọ̀ bí ẹ̀ ń bú òun àbẹ́ ẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ sóhun, but ẹ mọ̀ páwa nísìnyí, you know, because àwa feel pé that is the only way tí a lè connect mọ́ra wa. You know, mo ti rí àwa ló tó wá tó yan ní I love that man, you know, mo ti rí ìyá bàbá mi àfà, you know, àwọn náà ti fi love sign, mo ti rí inú ẹ̀ náà la máa rí àwọn tó máa bú wa náà, inú ẹ̀ la máa rí àwọn tó kọ̀ máa dákẹ́ tó yá tún sọ̀rọ̀. Àwọn yẹn wọ̀ níbi kankan tó ń lọ. Ẹja ń padà. Ẹ̀sìn kan là ń torí ẹ̀jà, but a fi save kankan tó ń pè ní identity wa. Àmọ́ àwọn kan tí mo kí ìyàwó Sekinat, àwọn kan tí wá di back side tí wọ́n fi jẹ́ ká kọjá sí the other side. Òun làwọn politicians wa. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ kẹ́ wo àkọlé tó ti ta lẹ́yìn. Kí ló dé àwa Yorùbá àbí àwa African tá bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ bá máa ń ṣàǹjọwọ́ ní báyìí bẹ́ẹ̀ tó fẹ́ jẹ̀ṣẹ̀. Ìgbà mi máa ń fẹ́ control ọwọ́ yẹn pé má lọ sókè, but á tún jáde wá sókè á tún kí ló dé àṣẹ máa ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ náà. Ta ló mọ reason? Dash mayor mo kí ẹ. Ìgbòho ṣàlẹ̀ ń wò yẹn nílẹ̀lẹ̀ wàláì bá ṣe dé kéto aláké àbá ti jókòó sílẹ̀ lẹ̀ ó ti ń tayọ ọlọ́pọ́n kò ń ṣe mo kí ìyàwó ilé náà mo kí grandma kò ń ṣe torí ká gba Yorùbá nation torí àwọn mùsùlùmí ni mo ṣe ń jà kò ń ṣe pé a fẹ́ gba Yorùbá nation torí àwọn kìrìsìtẹ́nì kò tí ń ṣe pé a fẹ́ gba Yorùbá nation torí tradition wa àti culture wa a fẹ́ gba Yorùbá nation kí wọ́n lè máa rí wa ní in the near future tí kò ní pẹ́ mọ́ kọ́ máa mọ̀ pé scientist tó lọ yẹn ẹ̀wọ̀n kí ti bá ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn mo ti wọ àwọn program ti máa ń wò yẹn mo rẹ̀ wò má dẹ̀ sọ fún yìí tí mo wò lénìí wàhálà mo fẹ́ lọ sùn mo òórùn yẹn sùn so I hope I will have enough strength tonight so tẹ bá rí ibi tí mo rántẹ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀ ẹ má bínú sí mi okay wọ́n ní it is in our blood tá a bá ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí a máa jọwọ́ a máa jọ àwọn òyìnbó wọ́n ò tètè mọ̀ pé kinní yẹn ẹ mọ̀ a dẹ̀ máa ń raise voice wa àwa dúdú ìyẹn ni máa fi ń kó wọn lómi ọbẹ̀ jẹ níbi iṣẹ́ tí bá ti ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí bọ̀bọ̀ ti bí ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Yẹmi Fatoke mo kẹ́yìn dáwà lórí Instagram let me switch this one to Instagram I have enough computer to be able to monitor what is wrong so I can have my gold D's protection and 15 others have joined us mo kí bàbá wa Ṣèyí show. Some of you don't have to agree with Yoruba nation, but you sometimes just want to sit down and listen to what we are saying. You can learn one or two things. And if it's not nice for you, look, the world is big. So when some of you think, it has to be yellow, no, the world, àwọn kan wà ní sí ọmọ tó ń wò, wọ́n wo àwọn fíìmù, àwọn adult film, kí n má fi gbogbo ẹnu sọ̀rọ̀ oríṣiríṣi ló wà o. WhatsApp group oríṣiríṣi ló wà má lọ já sínú WhatsApp group tó ti ń ṣe àdúrà tó bá wọnú bẹ̀ tó bá gbé ẹ̀mí burúkú lọ ẹ̀mí yẹn náà ló máa gbé jáde o wàláì. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ọmọ Bọ́lá wọn ọba ti ní our identity and cultural heritage including our language là ń torí ẹ̀jà. Mo wá ṣe Yorùbá nation kí n bá promote alájà agbábíàká Sherifa tí mo fi tọ̀tọ̀ dárúkọ mo wá ṣe Yorùbá nation nítorí pé mo fẹ́ promote KICC mo wá ṣe Yorùbá nation torí pé mo nífẹ̀ẹ́ bàbá confam JP tó ń bẹ déwòrò ṣòkè mo nífẹ̀ẹ́ bàbá yẹn gan bàbá dẹ̀ rẹ ni tó bá ní kan tí ẹ fẹ́ ṣe fún àwọn èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ má hesitate láti ṣe mo bẹ̀ yín ni mo wá ṣe Yorùbá nation nítorí pé ẹ̀yin babaláwo nítorí ẹ rán mi iṣẹ́ èmi ni mo rán mi iṣẹ́ tí mo dẹ̀ rán mi ni pé mo fẹ́ jẹ́ ká gba Yorùbá nation kí n tó sọnù lọ́wọ́ wa ó lè padà torí nǹkan ti sọnù lọ́wọ́ wa mo kí wà látà mo kí ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ mo ì tí ì rí lógò wọn mo kí bàbá wa Olúwàgbénga 70gmail.com mo kí unc.lukman big daf mo kí a very good evening if you're not speaking Yoruba bear with me this is not a Yoruba class but sometimes I just want to confirm to our people that I can speak Yoruba after 24 years in London. Ẹlòmíì ò lè sọ mọ́ ẹni tó bí sí Nàìjíríà ò lè sọ Yorùbá bí tèmi Yorùbá yẹn ti lọ lẹ́nu ẹ̀ but àwọn kan wà Yorùbá yẹn dá ṣáká lẹ́nu wọn àwọn ará ìlú Ìbàdàn sọ Ìbàdàn báyìí náà máa dùn ìyàwó tí mo kàn fẹ́ ò kì í ṣe ọmọ Ìbàdàn ni wọn ò ní sọ stéètì tó ti wá fún yín nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Mo kí bàbá wa Lálékan so mo lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí gbogbo ọba aládé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àwa mọ̀ pé ó wù yín ìtagbédání àmọ́ àwọn olóṣèlú ti lọ́kì nígbà tá a kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ Yorùbá nation ni máa ń gbàsí fún yín ìgbà létà lọ́wọ́ sọ fún mi ẹ̀kọ́ ìkẹ́ ẹ̀ máa wò ń tiẹ̀ àwọn ọba ò ní tàn kankan nísìnyí ó mọ̀ dí kò yé mi tẹ́lẹ̀ Monica Adam, a very good evening and welcome. Good evening to our Biafras. Good evening to Ambazonia. And good evening to all the indigenous people around the world. Kunle Bakers, mo rọ́wọ́ ẹ lórí PayPal. Èmi mọ̀ pé tí wọ́n ti yọ monetization mi, but òun jù sínú PayPal. Thank you so much. Bó kí mi gan mọ̀ pé wà ń bẹ̀. Thank you so much. I don't want anybody to see me as a special being. Ẹ ṣáà máa wò mí bí ìgbà tó jẹ́ pé bẹ́yìn náà bá wà ní position mi ẹ lè ṣe jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. I am not the bravest among all the Yorubas, but in tí mo sọ ni pé ìtagbédání kò tí sí kankan tó lè yí ọkàn mi padà kúrò lórí ẹ̀. Ohun tí ta bá débi tá à ń lọ, á dẹ̀ má débẹ̀. Ojú ló dàbí ohun pẹ́ sí ni. Tinubu ò lè ṣe jack nothing. So gbogbo ẹni tẹ́ ń fọkàn sí pé bàbá wa Tinubu ìyẹn bàbá yín tọ́létọ́lé ògbórìndí drug dealer, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo fẹnu sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Torí owó kokéènì gbanú àkáǹtì Tinubu rí, at least èmi ò ṣá owó kokéènì ò ṣá gbanú àkáǹtì tèmi kọjá. So evidence wà l'Amẹ́ríkà pé owó kokéènì tó ń tà tó ń lọ, kokéènì kì í ṣe drọ́ọ̀gì tí wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ máa lò. Owó igbó tún yàtọ̀. White substance ló ń pè ní cocaine. Tinubu owó yẹn kọjá lákàntẹ̀. So tẹ bá ń brush ẹ ní Nàìjíríà, èmi ò ní láti brush ẹ torí pé ìlú òyìnbó lè ní gbé nígbà tí mo dàgbà sí tó pọ̀ jù. And now tí wọ́n máa fi máa tó September 1998 ni mo wọ̀ lóye láti máa fi máa pé 25 years. So don't come here and tell me ọmọlúàbí ò kì í sọ kí ní kàn mí pẹ̀lú ọmọlúàbí. Rishi Sunaki ó lọ lórí mọ́tò, ó wọnú mọ́tò ẹ̀, kò lo seat belt. Abafa sùrùtù nílùú yìí, seat belt. Prime Minister wa ó jókòó, èèyàn kan wá capture ẹ̀ máa cameraman. Ó wá realize pé kò lo seat belt. Boris Johnson ṣe party nígbà tó lọ́kàn wá nínú COVID, alédànù ni. So don't come here and tell me ọmọlúàbí kan lára wọn náà ni kò tí fi jẹ́ kí ní àjọ Yorùbá nation tẹ̀síwájú. Àwọn kan ní kí n má sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ torí àìtí mọ style tí Tinubu fẹ́ gbé wọlé. Mo ní kò sí style kankan tí Tinubu fẹ́ gbé wọlé. Style Nàìjíríà náà ló máa gbé wọlé. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ ti play ẹ̀ níwọ̀n bá tẹ fẹ́ play. Èyí ti tèkó mo fi máa mẹ́nu lọ síbẹ̀ mọ́ torí bàbá wa ti sọ̀rọ̀ lánàá. Ó dẹ̀ ti sọ fáwọn alálẹ̀kọ́ kò dẹ̀ sẹ́ni tó fẹ́ gbẹ̀kọ́ mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́. Àmọ́ àwọn Yorùbá politician wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ ká gba òmìnira Yorùbá, right to self-determination. Lótìtọ́ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn ní state wọ́n fi wá sílẹ̀. Máa ń gbàgbé ìtẹ́ wà lórí Koiki Òdùdú, ẹ má bínú. Mo kí yín Olúwabùkọ́lá Àdìsá. Ẹni Chief Sunday Igboho ṣá message to we Yorùbá unification at numbers. Defeat banners on head flags in our hands. Let's throw the promised land Yoruba nation. Aloma Mukiyami Ayabo Olúbùnmi Mọ́mí Ọ̀dàdà Mukima Ajibade Ọláìwọlá, I salute you. Olúwatósìn Sunday Adébánjọ Àmórílógún ẹlẹ́ǹkan lọ́dọ̀ àwọn my brother mo ti gbàgbé pé ó máa ṣe program. I think it's still on Ìjìnlẹ̀ Marcus. Adúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run. At least we're excited and happy that it's back. Díẹ̀ ni mo ṣì gbọ́ ní program yẹn bọ̀ máa lọ gbọ́ létà lọ́la tí bá ti ṣetán máa gbọ́ lọ́la. Kazeem Dúrógbọlá mo kí bàbá Múdàṣírò, mo kí grandma Ilé Ajayi, mo kí ìyàwó Ìyábọ̀ Ládípọ̀. Ọláwálé sọ pé they don't have to dictate for us. We Yoruba have the right to self-determination. But a ní right. Ṣé rí right yẹn? Àwọn kan sì tún dá right yẹn dúró. Ọ̀túnba Adékúnlé káàbọ̀. Àwọn ni Yorùbá politician. Òun la fi sọ̀rọ̀ lálẹ́. A ṣe kí gbogbo yín dáadáa. Ṣùbẹ́rù mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ti wọlé lọ́tùn lósì. Ẹni tí ìbá dárúkọ Rótìmí Àjàyí, ìyàwó Sẹ̀kínà Ọ̀tọ́mọ́wùmí. Ẹ̀yin máa ń move from one side of the koikimedia. Gani Ogun Egbomidele BC, and Bamidele Mohammed, and whoever is there. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀tì mo mọ̀ pé ìwọ náà ní òní láti máa ṣàkóso máa ṣàlàyé fún mi pé ìwọ ní ti Badagry. Mo mọ̀ ẹni tó wà nínú orúkọ kọ̀ọ̀kan, especially in that ní relationship pẹ̀lú. So Kazeem kí ló ń pẹ́ lẹ́rìn? Why you laughing? Ó máa jẹ gbà ọ́. Àtẹ bá ti type Ìjìnlẹ̀ Media, èèyàn kan béèrè link ẹ̀. I think it's probably almost still on. Because while I was starting my program, I was listening a little bit to the snip of the program. But money láti lọ wò láti beginning. Yeah, Ìjìnlẹ̀ still on. Yeah, Oshiwa on. So let me share the link. Fẹ́ni tó ń béèrè link here if you want to go and watch it. So the link is coming. Ta ló béèrè link here now? Mo kí Grandma Comfort Adele Adebanjo ló béèrè link. Oribolo ti béèrè koikimedia. So where I can't see you right now. Where are you? Afolabi Afolayan Moki. Olive Gear Up Moki. All right, that's the link, or you just type Ìjìnlẹ̀ Media, IJINA. It's still on, but I'll just let it be like that. I'll go and listen to him tomorrow, like I said. A very good evening once again. Please, when is our Yoruba nation ship will move? Ó ti move. Wọ́n dá dúró lẹ́yìn ọ̀nà mi. Wàláì, mo kí àwa Tóyìn Akínlóye. Mo fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ mo fi dárúkọ yín mà. And the rest of those of you that I can't mention your name, I know you are there, and I salute everyone. Like I said, this is Koikimedia Live. My job every day before I go further, after greeting Elédùmarè, mo kí Mùsùlùmí, mo kí Kristẹni, mo kí àwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe, mo kí gbogbo ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, mo kí gbogbo tó ń jẹ́ Yorùbá, tó ń jẹ́ ilẹ̀ Oòduà. Àwọn kan ní Yorùbá nation kan ní the right name tẹ́ ẹ ká fún, àwọn kan ní kingdom ni. But the most important thing is we are working towards a goal. Àfẹ́gbà kankan. Peter Obi is trying to get Tinubu through his past drug case. Kò lè work ní Nigeria. Nigeria is a criminal country. Maybe he might push outside Nigeria, but taking Tinubu to court for a drug case in America, and you think Nigerian courts will deal with that? I mean, Olakunle, it's not gonna happen. You know, so gbogbo tí Peter Obi ṣe yẹn, it's not gonna happen. Good evening, Bablek. Mo kí bàbá wa Adégbóyèga, mo kí yín, mo kí àwọn tó ń bẹ ní Kétu Aláké, mo kí gbogbo White Garment Church. Mo wá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kí àwọn leaders wa. Ṣe pé ọ̀rọ̀ kíkì ó ti ń lọ bí 28 minutes. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ìyẹn náà ṣe fi tètè kí gbogbo yín. A bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ kíkì báyìí àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀. But we're gonna go into the program. Mo kí bàbá mi dáadáa, Professor Adébánjọ Akíntóyè. I love him so much. I can't love him less. Mo kí bàbá wa Ìbà Gani Adams. Mo kí àwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re. Bí a lọ́la, màá show picture kan fún wa nígbà tá a lọ sí ilé wọn tí mo yà. I'll show the picture tomorrow. Hopefully I'll remember. Olakunle remind me. Màá lọ wá picture ẹ̀ jáde. Kọ́lọ̀ Fọ́runkẹ́ Odùmákì. Why is our Yoruba politician more interested in Nigeria? Maybe we should start from there. Mo kí gbogbo tó ń bẹ ní Benin Republic. Mo kí Talon, President Patrick Talon. Mo kí Pastor Kebe Orukosi. Mo kí Yonkan. Mo kí gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ kankan. Mo kí bàbá mi Báṣẹ́gun. Mo kí ìlànà UK, ìlànà US, and the rest. And those that are not working in conjunction with us, they're doing their own thing. I just don't believe in that thing. Don't be town ṣe. Ntọ́ bá fẹ́ ṣe yẹn, kọ́ máa ṣe, àwa máa ṣe tiwa. They're simple as that. Why is it difficult for àwọn politicians to accept Yoruba nation as against Nigeria? Why is it difficult? Why is it that the politicians are now the new Lord Lugard? Mokmole Mishefuni Lord. Because when we look at, again, change the background so that Kali Roju, his name is Lord Lugard. Once again, a very good evening and welcome. Many láti lọ bomi létí Belch then the word. Many láti lọ bomi sítòsí. Mo kẹ́yìn tèmi dáadáa lórí Mixlr. Olúṣẹ́gun Olúṣàn sọ pé the truth of it is for us to back to our roots. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Allow Baba sọ pé very interesting time to be alive. I'm telling you. Comrade Plan B, èèyàn ti Koiki. Allow Baba pè mí níjọ́ kan, àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, tí pa Mixlr, kẹ́ má lọ máa sọ̀rọ̀ mi táwọn ọmọ àmọ́níkòs. Kódà tí mic mi bá wà on for 30 minutes, mo ò lè sọ anything tó máa wà contradictory. Because nígbà téèyàn bá ti ní nǹkan míì yàtọ̀ sí nǹkan téèyàn náà ń ṣe. So, èmi ò ń bẹ̀rù pé mic mi wà off àbọ̀ wà on. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá jí mi the same thing tí máa sọ náà ni máa sọ fún yín. So, and that's about it. Mo kí ìyàwó Elizabeth Adesoye. Why is it that now our politicians are the one running the show on behalf of Lugard? Lugard ti kú nísìn, mo délé ẹ̀ tó gbé. The video is there, the pictures are there. I think that will be my second time visiting where Lugard lived. Mo fẹ́ lọ sí burial ground there, but there's still some things that I want to go into details. Mo ti mọ ibi tó sin sí pé kíyàn tẹ̀ lọ síbẹ̀, but wọ́n cremate ni, wọ́n sin nísìn gbéyàn tó bá kú tó sin, wọ́n sún ni. Bọ̀bọ̀ tẹ̀ ń wò yìí, mo ṣe research mi débẹ̀, but tó náà kankan tí mo ń dúró dè. Bọ̀bọ̀ tó wà lẹ́yìn mi nígbà tó kú tó ń pè ní Lugard, tí gbogbo wa mọ̀ pé òun àti ìyàwó ẹ̀ Flora Shaw, ẹni ẹ̀yọ bá mi kúrò níbẹ̀ ká lè bá rí, kẹ má lọ máa mix bá mi pẹ̀lú Lugard, because bá mi ò kì í ṣe Lugard lówó ṣá, mo padà bọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ yín. So mo fẹ́ kẹ́ rí picture náà dáa. If you are a Nigerian today, I'm looking at how to, mo fẹ́ bí ṣe fẹ́ gbé ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn kalẹ̀. Mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ sọ òyìnbó, mo tún fẹ́ sọ Yorùbá, problem tí mo lọ ní nìyẹn. Tó bá jọmọ Nàìjíríà, tínú ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ṣì ń dùn pé ọmọ Nàìjíríà nìyẹn, tí wọ́n sọ fún ẹ pé ọmọ Nàìjíríà nìyẹn, kò ṣẹ̀yìn alàgbà tó ń wò lẹ́yìn yìí. This is the man. He is not the actual one that started the project Nigeria. Hey, gbọ́ mi dáadáa. Lugard that you're looking up there was not the one that started project Nigeria, but he is the governor administrator as at the time during the colonial era that finalized Nigeria to be what it is today on the 1914 amalgamation. And the reason for that amalgamation was nothing more than the fact that the British government of that time was not making money from the northern part of Nigeria, and part of the project that has been in the making. Bóyá níbi tó ti mu sìgá táwọn obìnrin jókòó tí wọ́n mu tíì, and they were making decision that today has created amenities. Ó ti dá ìjà sílẹ̀ láàrin àwa àti àwa ara wa tájọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá. The whole reason why we are all fighting today is nothing more than the fact that this project Nigeria that was established in 1914 is the reason why we're talking to Tinubu anyhow, is the reason why our views with the other side, and so many like that. Ẹ lè delete tẹ́ bá type kankan tó bá wọlé, ìyàwó Elizabeth. And I want us to follow the conversation very well. I go back again. Ìdí pàtàkì tí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá táwọn síra wa ní gbogbo àgbáyé kò ṣẹ̀yìn máa nìyí tí à ń pè ní Lord Frederick Lugard. Lord Frederick Lugard was then the British administrator. Let me explain what that means in today's format. Lugard is working like Governor Sanwo-Olu. At least now you understand what it means. Lugard is working as Dapo Abiodun. Lugard is working as Abdul Fattah in Kwara. Lugard is working as Adeleke in Osun State. Lugard is working as Seyi Makinde in Oyo State. I don't know the new governor's name in Ekiti State. I know Ondo State is Rotimi Akeredolu. So, gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ní gbogbo àgbáyé àtẹni tó wà ní Nàìjíríà, the making of that name tí wọ́n fi override the Yoruba or àwọn ọmọ Odùduwà or whatever we want to call ourselves, to override it in support of the British one. This man was part of the making. Adewale says the reason politicians never want our freedom, all know the right thing, but they are making hell of money in that contraction and never have human sympathy, neither the love and the masses, but they only their clan. Clan mean àwọn tó wà ní associate wọn tọ́jọ́ ń jẹ tọ́jọ́ ń mu. No, mo mọ̀ pé Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún Ògùn State. Èkìtì ní kẹ́ bá mi wá gọ́vnà orúkọ Èkìtì State. Ẹ mọ̀ pé Fáyẹmí olè ló wà ń bẹ̀. Ó náà wọn PhD holder, they are all criminals. Fáyẹmí dẹ̀ ti kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀ ní sí. Ó náà pọ̀ tẹ̀lé former deputy governor of Èkìtì State. The man died. He died I think on Friday. Mo ṣẹ̀rí news yẹn ní èmi ni kọ́lọ̀ fọ́ọ̀mù kẹ́hùn. Ó ti ṣe governor, ó ṣe deputy. Tọba ti kú, that's it. Owó tó bá ní tó jí tó há sí bí àwọn family wọn máa jayé lọ. Kọ́lọ̀ fọ́ọ̀mù kẹ́ Ajímọ̀bí. Mo kàn ń sọ statement yẹn torí wọ́n ní kí èèyàn má sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀sẹ̀ tó ti kú. Ìyàwó Ajímọ̀bí ń jayé lọ, bẹ́ẹ̀ làwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ ń jayé rẹpẹtẹ. Ayé tí ìwọ ò ní jẹ́ tá bá wà nínú Nàìjíríà for the next 40 years, òun làwọn ọmọ Ajímọ̀bí máa jẹ. Oyèbánjí lórúkọ gọ́vnà yẹn. Okay, ṣe gan ni. Thank you so much. Aago mẹ́wàá ó kọjá 8 minutes. Mo fi òyìnbó àti Yorùbá mo join ẹ̀ papọ̀. Bíọ́dún Oyèbánjí is the governor of Ekiti State. Thank you so much, Mr. Oluwafolabi. So my question to Nigerians first, before we go to Yoruba politician, and when I say Nigerians, I now target whether you are, Kanuri, Ibibo. I think I have the list somewhere. Tí bàbá wa ṣe nígbà kan. The list of different ethnic groups that we have. Mo copy lọ́dọ̀ bàbá wa Moyo. I think I did. I have to look for it. All the different ethnic groups. Ó yẹ kí èèyàn máa kà síta. Yeah, ṣe gan ni Yami Fatima. So it is not just the Yoruba, but the reason why Yoruba and Igbo and Hausa are the major ones is because àwa la pọ̀ ju àwọn tó kù lọ. And there's always this argument that Koiki, if you're asking for Yoruba nation, where do you put people from Edo? Do you force them into Yoruba? No, we can't force anybody into any union. Just as they have done for us in the messed up system created where the joining of the northern and the southern protectorate led into what is called Nigeria today, and that is what we are trying to destroy. And it's got to be destroyed because there will be no hope for you. Forget about what America is telling you. America is protecting their own interest. Forget about what the Europeans are telling you. Forget about what China is telling you. Russia, Pakistan, Asian country. Every one of them is just also interested in their own interest in what is known as Project Nigeria today. At some point, we all believe, somebody's even saying Edo is much bigger than Belgium. So Edo have the right, people from Edo, they have the right to decide that we don't want to be part of any one of you. We want to stand as an independent sovereign nation. And the lies that is being projected to Nigerians is that we are better off as a strong, big country. No, I take that again. As a strong number, that we are 200 million, even though nobody can verify that. But what they are using that 200 million is to negotiate a lot of things from the United Nations, the ECOWAS, the European Union. You know, when they're going to present us to the world, when the federal government wants to take a loan, they are taking a loan on behalf of 200 and something million, even though nobody has the real authentic figure. But don't let all those things fool you. We are better off to divide and break it to smaller units, just as it was done during the Soviet Union. And you will see rapid development. Oh, Bobby, you will see rapid development because Ale smell arawa, Ale fujutsi. How many Yoruba people know their representative and the job and the role they are meant to do for them every 4 years? So, I mean, some of them will go back to their community probably maybe like once in a while. T. Ola, good evening. Come to Europe, come and see how these European countries arrange and organize themselves. I totally agree. So the issue of whether we should remain in Nigeria is now something that we must review. And that is why we are saying we don't want to be part of Nigeria, because we have become more exposed. We have become more knowledgeable to understand that having a country also means that the meaning of a country is not what it is as a Nigeria. So Nigeria is not a country, but we have been told lies. And you might say, Koiki, shut up, shut up. It's because you like Yoruba nation, that's why you're talking like that. Hey, how many people have heard about a guy called Mongo Park? Egmoni David Arigoke, it's been a while. How many people have heard about Mongo Park? Mongo Park. Mongo Park. You know, name of Mongo Park was very, very frequent. From secondary school, Emagbo, Mongo Park. How do you, what was the kind of interaction that made you know the name Mongo Park? Because you know, we were told that Mongo Park founded River Niger. Can't be silly, marry. Àwọn òyìnbó wọ́n ti tà wá dànù, but àwọn tó gbé wa lé lọ́wọ́ nísìn are the Yoruba politicians, the Igbo politicians, the Middle Belt, the Fulani, the Hausa, that are now controlling what is called Project Nigeria today. Mongo Park. We were told for a very long time that Mongo Park, to jẹ́ pé even his fourth generation would not have been able, found River Niger. But what the colony have done is to first destroy anything that will link us back to who we are. we are still able to say, like that sculpture we talk about, if it's possible, they would have destroyed as many things that would take us back to who we are. But we still know who we are, not because they're telling us. We have been advanced before they arrive. But today, they are telling us, just play along with democracy, and then even I saw America, not I read from America article, they send me sometimes on email. They are congratulating Namibia. I think Namibia is about another 20 something. Let me see if I still have that email so that I give the right, because that email came in today. Below Namibia, she will delete it, Shabbat. Okay, let me go to my more delete trash folder. Yeah, I received an email from Monisola Ogunlokun, U.S. Department of State, the National Day of Namibia. You are subscribed to Secretary Remarks for U.S. Department Anthony J. Blink. Let me pull this out so that the man is quickly fabricated. I come with fact. So let me quickly show you the back side and I will come back to my full screen. Once again, a very good evening and welcome to the program. Take a look at the topic and let's dissect that topic tonight. So let's give you the back view of mine. And then let's get my camera in quickly. So this is my email. And you can see that the email came, say, Namibia National Day. And if I increase the front, you can see that the email says, Namibia National Day. Anthony J. Blink, the Secretary of State, on behalf of the government and the people of the United States of America, I extend heartfelt congratulations to the Namibian people as you celebrate 32 years of independence on March 21, which is today. The people of the United States and Namibia share a steadfast commitment to democratic principles, human rights, good governance, our strong partnership, promoting the health of our citizens, underpins our continued cooperation to the combat, just as they will do with Nigeria. I'm going to close that because fellowship on me. I want to take you to my Twitter quickly. And the same America has again accepted that there's a flaw within, this is America now, okay? So, this is what America just said about a new press statement regarding our election. And as far as they are concerned, even though America knows who we are, but America is not going to intervene in anything contradictory to international law when it comes to the right to indigenous people. Àwa la máa kọ́kọ́ gbé ìgbésẹ̀ before the American can get involved. But as far as America is concerned, Yoruba, Biafra, people that wants to break up out of Nigeria, Nigeria is a sovereign nation. Àwa la máa wá prove fún America that no, we don't want to be part of Nigeria. Let me read what the press statement from the U.S. mission in Nigeria. 21st of March 2023. So this was released today. And it goes like this. Nigeria carried out the second round of its electoral process with gubernatorial and state assembly elections on March 18. Full stop. The United States is deeply troubled by the disturbance act of violent voter intimidation and suppression that took place during those polls in Lagos State, Kano State, and the other states. Members of the U.S. diplomatic mission observed the elections in Lagos and elsewhere and witnessed some of these incidents firsthand. The use of ethnically, hey, I want us to stop there. America recognized something there. Let's go and look at the meaning of this word.
Ethnically.
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 Again.
Ethnically.
Kilo mean. It's good that America is the one that wrote this, so it's indicate that America understand or understood very well that Nigeria is
ethnically,
with reference to birth, origins, or cultural background. Now let me ask you, why is it difficult for America to allow Nigeria to break? America is not the one responsible to break up Nigeria. Let me put this out there for everybody. Iṣẹ́ America kọ́ ni pé láti wá break wa. But iṣẹ́ America ni pé when we start what we are meant to start, America has the power from the United Nations Security Council. They also have the mechanism. They also have the human resources to bring down whatever is needed to stop if it's going to be a conflict. But our people say we don't want conflict, Koiki. We don't want you to be talking about the violent way. Is there another way you can present your program so that this country called the United States of America would be interested to support us in breaking Nigeria? And I sat down and I say, but America have already told us in even this statement that we are never one based on our cultural background, our origins, and likewise so many things. So what do you mean by this word again?
ethnically,
One more time.
ethnically,
Last time.
ethnically,
In a layman, people are asking, each time is people asking the question because they don't know. So what do you mean by ethnically? In a way that relates to someone's ethnicity. And that was what played out in Nigeria over the weekend. But America's job is not to now come and tell us that Koiki, we know that you are Yoruba, Simon Ekpa is Igbo, but your people don't want you to work together. But if the two of you can help us start to break up Nigeria violently, I will get involved. Or if you also want to look at it this way, if you and Simon Ekpa can get some of our senators and convince them, lobby with them, how you are going to do that, we don't know. But let them be convinced enough that when the two countries break away, there will not be warlord. That is another area that America is worried about. And let me tell you what the meaning of warlord. Warlord is already taking place in countries like Sudan and places where they've been, fight. Should Nigeria break away, America doesn't want to be dealing with too many people. They don't want to be dealing with Babaki Toye and be dealing with that woman. America wants to deal with one person on Yoruba nation. And that is why we are saying that Eniti Enikaloma endorsing nonsense. So because already America and the United Nations and all these countries are seeing us as we are becoming a warlord. And a warlord, according to Google, says a supreme military leader, a military commander exercising civil power by force. Ṣé tí Yorùbá nation bá wáyé, ǹjẹ́ ànítúmọ̀ lọ́ọ́ máa ní Anthony warlord? Because tá a bá ti ní warlord, America is going to be very, very skeptical for the breakup of Nigeria. And that is the reason why this country would prefer that we continue for 4 years, whether it's violent and they can release statement, they can ban people from getting to America, but those people will go to another country. If they want anything from America, they can send criminals that they have in America to buy it for them, whether it's a car they want, whether it's a house they want to buy there. And their children will still buy, they will get to America, because there's no way America knows all their children. But America is already saying to me and you that we are
ethnically,
and when we break it down for a layman, for a it means ethnicity, the fact of belonging to a large group of people. Are we large people? How many are we? Tabasote Yoruba people around the world at Itowanile. How many? 30 million? 50 million? Sometimes people say there's 80 million Yoruba in Brazil, in Mofitowa, but let's focus with the one in Nigeria. I just can't forget our Tatewani diaspora. How many Yoruba do you think is presently in Nigeria? We have to go by what the Nigerian government is saying. The Nigerian government says we are about 32 million. Is 32 million not enough to set up their own right to self-determination? Is 32 million not ready to be able to have the same shared culture, language, history, tradition? Why then is America overriding our culture, our language, our tradition as Yoruba people? There's about 32 million of us in Nigeria. Is because our tí ṣetán láti knock in Nigeria. Ìjọ tá bá ti knock in Nigeria, ta knock àwọn politicians wa, ta sọ fún wọn pé àníṣe enough is enough. Be rest assured, America already know the reason why we are asking for Yoruba nation. Adekunle Plenty, very good evening, my brother. Keke Okus, welcome on board. Ṣé ń follow me? Ṣé bí ṣe ń ṣàlàyé yẹn ṣó ń yé yín? Ìyá mi Bridget Agboma. And you can see why ọ̀rọ̀ Yoruba nation dàbí tí ó fẹ́ get stuck, but I should push it. Because America wonder pé ẹni ẹ̀bẹ̀rẹ̀ Yoruba nation láàrin méjì ẹ̀ ìyá kan tún dé, òun náà wá present kankan fún àwọn, or kò present kankan fún wọn, and they can see America does not need to get any letter from any one of us. Look, some of you don't know what is called America or the United States of America. Let me take you through to my 1 minute. I want to take you to my YouTube. You know, I watch a lot of things, like I always say, at my very, very spare time. I don't know why, but I just love it, That's the only way I can educate myself, and especially, when you have free internet, more than someone every month. Let me go to my history. This is my history of my YouTube. Things that I've watched or I've bypassed. And you can tell that if you go here now, it's called World Most Dangerous Railway Track in Argentina. They were colonized by Spanish. They are also traditional. They also have their own culture. They are ethnically, you can call them like that. I don't want to play some of these because they're, but I watched this documentary and I have about less than some few minutes to complete it. Mwatulongo space knowledge, and I think I can show you this. And this one that I watched is talking about how they were trying to get closer to the sun. Ibi tó bá mọ̀dé ló mọ̀dé o. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi ò yé. And ẹ mọ̀ pé ọ̀run ó ní energy tiẹ̀, ọ̀run lẹ́ ń wò yó. So in tí mo fẹ́ mú jáde nínú ibi àti these are all these space shuttle. Do you know that 1957 the America ti send the satellite lọ sínú orbit? 1957. So this is exploration about the sun.
1959 was a year of extreme solar activity. During September of that year, astronomer Richard Carrington was sketching sunspots when he observed an intense...
Sherry, when they're talking about all these, old men tó jẹ́ aláwọ̀ funfun, don't be surprised. A ní àwọn tó jẹ́ dúdú náà tó jẹ́ professor to that standard, but lára ìkà tó ṣe fún wa, mo kí yàrá Bímbọ́lá ẹ̀ka bọ̀ sórí ètò mọ́ mi, lára ìkà tó ṣe fún wa. So tẹ́ bá ń rí tó ń ṣe àwọn documentary, ìgbà mi ìyá máa bèrè ṣé kò sí dúdú tó jẹ́ scientist níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn-ún ni, ó ṣe jẹ́ àwọn òyìnbó aláwọ̀ funfun nìkan náà máa ń show is because they've taken away who we are. Àwọn ti sọra wọn di nǹkan míì. Ìyẹn ni gbogbo a ṣe fẹ́ lọ Amẹ́ríkà, a fẹ́ lọ UK, a fẹ́ kúrò níbi tẹ́lẹ̀dùmarè fáwa tó dá wa sí, tó ti exist before America, tó ti exist before England, but because àwọn tí wọ́n ti lo àwọn nǹkan kan lọ́dọ̀ tiwa. So let's watch a little bit of this.
Sleep Right event. Less than 18 hours later, auroras were seen around the world. They extended to low latitudes where the phenomenon is rarely seen. Telegraph operators across Europe and North America reported malfunctions, including electric shocks and sparking wires. This was the first time that solar storms had been linked with auroras and electrical and magnetic disturbances here on Earth, and it became known as the Carrington effect. Since the 1700s, a periodic fluctuation.
Ẹgbọ́n kan tó sọ, ó ní since the 1700, kí ló mean by that? Ẹ mọ̀ pé a wà ní, ẹ mọ̀ pé 1900, which is 1914, ni war amalgamate wa, but òyìnbó yìí ní since 1700, tó bá sọ pé nǹkan 1700. So let's go back to timeline. Let me close this. I don't want to have too many things open. A máa padà sí this US statement. So mo mọ tí mo sọ̀rọ̀ dé. Let's go to timeline. Timeline 1700 to 1800. No, what year? So in 1701, there was a war of Spanish succession. In 1756, there was 7 years war. In 1760, there's what they call the beginning of industrial revolution. In 1766, James Watt invented the steam engine. On March 5, 1770, Boston Massacre. 1773, Boston. So people have been in 1789, there was what they call the French Revolution begins. In July 4, 1776, there was what they called the Declaration of Independence in America. So when we look at all this timeline, as Yoruba people, as Igbo people, as Hausa people, this should be our own reason for saying that this Nigeria was not there in the timeline. It was implemented, it was forced on us, and as you can see there, and I can go back furthermore, if I like, to see different more timeline if I want to. But the timeline that we decided to look at the moment right now is from 1700 to 1800. Moki Pastor Emmanuel Toba. Nǹkan ló ti wà nílẹ̀ aláwọ̀ dúdú within those timeline. So let's go back and just say, let's type Yoruba Kingdom. Let's see if we can find anything. And this is why these Yoruba politicians do not want us to go. One more timeline wa, but they are holding us back. Kò dìgbà tí bá ń wo documentary tí wọ́n fi òyìnbó aláwọ̀ funfun bàbá arúgbó, when we can also tell our people that ní 1700 àti ní scientist lọ́dọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá mi Pastor Emmanuel Toba. Good evening, yeah, mommy Sarah Oyelawo Tijani Abdul. Good evening as well. Idowu Oluwatosin, good evening. So we're gonna come back to this, but we're just looking at timeline, history of Yoruba Kingdom. No. Mo fẹ́ kó lọ bẹ́ẹ̀, mo fẹ́ kó fún mi ní timeline. Mo máa change nǹkan mọ́ yàn lọ́wọ́ Yorùbá Ẹ jẹ́ kí n kọ́kọ́ Yorùbá sí. Let's see if we can get any timeline. So when we look at global African history timeline and the Black past. All right, let's look at this if we can pick anything from there. So I'm now taking us back. Mo gbé lọ sí ọ̀nà tó jìn kò ń ṣe 1960 independent. Forget about all that. Ìwọ tó ń bá ọmọ Ìgbò jà ó yẹ kó kọ́kọ́ béèrè pé kí ni timeline ilẹ̀ Yorùbá gangan. Mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ṣẹ́gun náà. So let's see if we can find anything between 600,000 to 200,000 BCE. This was the period of migration across African continent and out of Africa to Asia and Europe. Fire is first used during this period. Kábíyèsí Elédùmarè. Ìyà ti jẹ wá. Àti wà nínú messed up. You can sọ pé 1740 African map, sparkly leaves. Thank you. Let's go further. 427 million BC, hominid species Australopithecus afarensis lived in the Hadar region of Ethiopia, including Lucy, the famous skeletal remains found in 1974. Let's go further. Between 6,000 and 4,000 BCE. Kí ni meaning BCE yẹn? Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wá meaning ẹ̀. Because èmi wọ́n meaning ẹ̀. So let me learn something. Let's go. Kí ni meaning BCE? Common era and before the common era. Okay. So wọ́n náà ti mọ̀ nísìnyí. Ìjọba ẹ̀ béèrè mi ni mo béèrè fúnra mi o. Ìjọba yíyan láti béèrè yín o. So tó bá sọ pé nǹkan BCE. So it stands for before the common era. Okay, now and year notations for Gregorian calendar. Àwa náà ní kàlẹ́ndà tiwa, àmọ́ wọ́n pa kàlẹ́ndà tiwa rẹ́, a ní alphabeti tiwa, wọ́n ò jẹ́ ká rí gbogbo kinní yẹn lò. Why is BC now called BCE? Okay, àwọn kan náà ń béèrè. Why have some people adopted BCE and CE? An important reason for adopting BCE and CE is religious neutrality. Since the Gregorian calendar has superseded other calendars to become the international standard, members of the non-Christian groups may object to explicit Christian origin of BC and AD. Good evening, Waris Jinadu. And I hope you're all with me in this program. We're going far, far deep, but I don't want us to get lost. So I'll try to, move more meaning BC. So let's go back here. Let's move further. Before the common era, which is between 6,000 and 4,000, there was a spread of agriculture across Africa. River societies emerged along River Nile, River Niger, and River Congo. African migration. This was all happening around 1492 up to 1600. And notably, they are talking about 1700 here. Let me take you back. So that means àwọn kan náà ti ń gbé ní ibì kan káwọn òyìnbó lórí burúkú tó dé. So if anybody is saying to me today, "Hey, Koiki, I'm going to die for Nigeria," you're idiot because you don't know what you want to die for. You are dying for what, as Nnamdi Kanu says, what we did not create. We have been in existence before the colonials started traveling, risking their life, got into our domains, and found us with clothes on. So let's go back.
During September of that year, astronomer Richard Carrington was sketching sunspots when he observed an intensely bright event. Less than 18 hours later, auroras were seen around the world. They extended to low latitudes where the phenomenon is rarely seen. Telegraph operators across Europe and North America reported malfunctions, including electric shocks and sparking wires. This was the first time that solar storms had been linked with auroras and electrical and magnetic disturbances here on Earth, and it became known as the Carrington effect. Since the 1700s,
since the 1700s. So the question tí ó yẹ ká wá máa bi America ni pé, since you know that we are not the same, why are you forcing us to continue with Nigeria? It is not Americans' fault. It is our own fault because we have not activated. Somebody is also saying something in it. Let's say BC, before Christian era. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, well, but thank you so much for that information. So, like I said, 1700. America knows that we are Yoruba people, locked in Nigeria. But who are those behind this lock is the people that we need to hit more. And these are the Yoruba politicians. So when you look at my topic tonight, Yoruba politicians want Nigeria that just created in 1900, when the Yoruba people have been around as far back as 1700. So let's go more and get about this more history here. So we know that between 14, or let's even say between 1500 up to 1600, there was already what they called African migration. And up to today, we are still migrating. Ekaboyawa Olajirekoka. Let's go into the next one. I would have loved to see that, okay, the Yoruba kingdom alone, but just for, understanding of the program, we read as many of what we can read from here. Egyptian agriculturalists developed irrigation and animal husbandry to transform the lower Nile Valley. The rise in the food supply generated a rapid increasing population. Agricultural surplus and growth wealth allow specialization, including glass making, pottery, metalwork, weaving, woodlogging, leather making, and menstruary. All this was happening in Egypt as far back as 1492 up to 1600. Then, àwọn òyìnbó ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ gbogbo exploration nílé ní 1700. So, we have been living somewhere, we have been somewhere before these òyìnbó people came. Yawa Bolade Shomadeni, this is the reason why we are not teaching our history. If we had our history, we would have seen how they changed the history and take all we made, add, and then made it all their own. And all this non-lossy space yìí kò ṣẹ̀yìn àwa aláwọ̀ dúdú tí àwa fi gbà tó jẹ́ tiwa nísìnyí. We're gonna come back there. Let's move further. Egyptians began using burial texts to accompany their dead into the afterlife. This is the first evidence of written text anywhere in the world. This was in 1492. Ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tó sọ béèyàn máa bí mi ṣe ń kọ̀ọ̀kan sí ní sí bí ṣe wọlé tí máa ń kọ̀ yìí pé wọ́n máa kọ́kọ́ Koiki, the actual date are on the left. Okay, on the left, which is 2700 BCE. Is that what you're saying, D-Ray? Okay, so let me see. Era. This was the era of that time. No, so we're still on the right track because the era is the date. The one on the right is the date as well. Okay, yeah, me to my left hand side. So, okay. So that's about 5000 BCE. So before the common era. Okay, I got it now. But evidence have shown us that the Egyptians lotting coin conceal anywhere in the world, even before what is known as America. Can someone tell us how Egypt is not in Africa? Let's move further. I was actually watching something as well around the pyramid and all that, you know, day before yesterday. Let me see if I can still find it in my history quickly. I traveled to Egypt, Cairo, during my exploration. Wow. Okay, mo ń wá àwọn kan náà, wọ́n pè wọ́n ní kinní kan Konami or something. I'm gonna come back to that. Okay, this is quite interesting. We'll kind of come back to that. This guy, mo wo kankan tó lọ sọ́nà Egypt náà. I'm watching all these Anaconican pool as well. All right, I was actually watching something to do with Egypt as well. Yeah, yeah, mo follow my boy. Àwọn òyìnbó yẹn máa ń káàkiri ẹ̀sùn níwò ní mọ̀ ni. Very great guy. You know, I wish I can be doing a lot of something like this, but they're very, very expensive. Let's watch this a little bit.
Series of the 18th village of Mitrahina. We wanted to show you the remains of the city first before we show
I'm
you.
going to fast forward because we don't need. Mo fẹ́ gbé lọ sí.
One. Oh yeah. The left side, one and the right side. Think about the work that went into this.
Okay, let me move it back. Èmi ti wò tẹ́lẹ̀, so mo mọ ibi tí mo fẹ́ ká kọ̀ wò. So this is now Egypt.
Cairo like the back of his hand, and he is very knowledgeable about ancient Egyptian art. If you're in the area,
I do not own the copyright to this. And just in case you get to this part of the program and you don't find this video, you can go to YouTube yourself and type Genesis of the Pyramid. Okay? Genesis of the Pyramid. Waris is saying Yoruba civilization, signs and symbols. They took that away from us. They gave us something else, and today we're all fighting each other. DJ Simplicity, good evening. Omole Oluwafemi Drive, good evening. Badmos, good evening. 40 May 26, good evening, and the rest of you. This is KOKIMEDIA Live as we continue our quest for Yoruba nation. The Yoruba civilization has been around thousands of years before the creation of the Jagbajantis country called Nigeria. But the Yoruba politicians are holding us back. How do we deal with them so that we can move further?
Below the video, this colossal statue of Ramses II was discovered lying in a pool of water in 1821.
Did you hear that? This Eriten Woi was found in 1829. Can somebody quickly do a math for me? How many years ago between 2023 and 1829? So 2023 minus. The calculator is not low because my math is not good, but I never more further math. Beat me to it. So 2023 minus 1829. Wow! 1829. How many years ago is that? I'm waiting for you. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ṣẹ́gun Ọ̀nà ẹlẹ́mọ̀ fún wa ní mathematics. I want to come out of any wrong information. This Eriten Woi was 1829. So how many years ago is that? I'm waiting. Sparkleys, are you sure? 192 years ago. Somebody say 196. At a conflict result. Maybe by say Mamasini. 194 years ago. Are we sure that that is the right? I'm talking about 1829. Titi Diwakati, how many years ago? No, we have 3 conflict answer there, so I have to balance it and wait for who else is going to help us. 1829. Afimopada Wasi 2023. How many years ago? Say 192 ni, ìyẹn kan ní 192, ìyẹn kan ní 196, ìyẹn kan ní 194. So we have General Trustina Amoki 194. Okay, so we now have 2 people with 194. So should we say it's 194? 194 years ago. Do we agree with that? And we move further. Yusuf Zaki, Photogrammeter. The history of Egypt goes back to 7,000 years. But what Egypt gets from other part of Africa, no one can tell. All right. I'm a baby, mix it up to 3,700. Kile mi ṣe níbẹ̀ tí mo get it right. Ṣèbí bí wọ́n ṣe máa yan máa yọ òkè ṣe máa yọ 18 kúrò nínú òkè ó dà pé mi lọ ní reverse ni. Okay, 18, 29 minus 223. So 194. So ẹni tó fún wa ní 194 ẹ̀ ní orí YouTube, you're right. Sonke, you were the one that got it right. Thank you so much to everyone. So we're all learning on the platform. No, I'm not to be 196 why it's 194. I can get the answer I need. So in that way, this particular sculpture is 194 years ago. Ẹ wá mọ̀ pé tọ̀dọ̀ tiwa tí mo sọ fún yín lánàá. Do you know this one that we have? Let me bring our own out. It's 700 years ago. So even our own is older than this one. Do you know that this one is 700 years old? This particular one that you're watching right now. So why do we then have to neglect all these to say Nigeria is still what is baffling us to be able to convince our people back home? So let's go back into the video one more time. I've gone too far. Let's go.
On the video. This colossal statue of Ramses II was discovered lying in a pool of water in 1821.
Okay, it was actually discovered in 1829, so we don't know when it was actually even built. So let's balance the conversation. It was found in 1829, but no idea, but maybe they might mention it. So this was found about 194 years ago. So let's go further.
Hence the damage on the bottom. But it was not successfully moved until 1887. Ramses II, or Ramses the Great as he is sometimes called, as you may know, was one of the most renowned pharaohs to rule.
Now you are getting that word pharaoh. Dashimangbo, itan pharaoh. But one thing that àwa náà tí máa sọ ni pé àwa náà ní ìtàn. Ó náà kí bọ̀bọ̀ kan máa ń sọ ìtàn oríṣiríṣi ìtàn ó dẹ̀ ti fún mi dáadáa ẹjọ́ kan. So, but at the end of the day, we have our own ìtàn. We have our own history. Let's go into it again.
Egypt, and we have more surviving statues of him than any other king.
And here, you can, if you look to the ear, you can see the birthing of the earrings.
Oh yeah.
So we're at earrings. If we look to the headdress, you can see a big beard that attached to the headdress here. And you have the double crown for our lower Egypt, and the cobra is protecting his forehead.
I'm going to move further.
He reigned
So, bó ṣe rí
during the
lélẹ́yìí.
19th.
This was a king níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn ní àdúgbò tiwọn. Bí àwa náà ṣe ní àwọn bàbá ńlá wa táwọn náà ti gbé rí nínú kingdom yẹn kó tó di pé àwọn òyìnbó dé. Òyìnbó tó dé ló da gbogbo nǹkan rú mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. Mo kí ìyàwó Agbémilékè káàbọ̀ Gramankọ. Mo kí Akànnì _12025 on Instagram. Àwọn òyìnbó ìkẹ́nẹ̀ good afternoon or good evening. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ní Paris mo kí Alhaji Nkombe. Mo kí lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí bàbá wa Justina. Àwọn òyìnbó aláwọ̀ funfun ló dé lọ da gbogbo nǹkan rú lọ yọ a wọ́n fi z sí ni wọ́n sọ pé má jẹ́ Ògún tó bímọ máa jẹ́ Thomas má jẹ́ Ifá tó bímọ máa jẹ́ whatever, and part of that evidence is this. Èmi ò tẹ́ mọ̀ pa máa sọ̀rọ̀ débi ìbàlálẹ̀ èmi ti wo ilé láti jẹta ni mo ti wo documentary. I'm gonna move further àti mọ bí bàbá yẹn ṣe rí. Now let's move into when they were moving towards the pyramid itself. Now, yeah. Let's start again from here. Advert lè dé ẹ̀jẹ̀ ká yọ advert yẹn kúrò. Ìjọ tí ń san fáwọn ọ̀nà. Let's go into it now. We don't need all this music. About it very much. Now let's go.
Our eyes popped as we saw for the first time the stepped pyramid of Saqqara. It was built for an ancient Egyptian king by the name of Netjeriket of the 3rd dynasty.
Now, nígbà tó dárúkọ dynasty, I went and checked dynasty myself. Ẹ rí pé mo ti ní search inú àbẹ̀. Kí ló ń pè ní dynasty?
Dynasty.
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 Again?
Dynasty.
One more time.
Dynasty.
A line of hereditary rulers of a country. A succession of people from the same family who play a prominent role in business, politics, or another field. So, tó bá sọ pé nǹkan,
Dynasty.
it is a word that says a succession of rulers of the same line of descent. Bí a ó relate mọ́ orí tó máa ń sọ pé ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn tó wà ní bàbá wa Justina ní àwọn tó wà ní ọ̀nà ọba ẹ̀pẹ́ tó bá ti jọba lineage ọba ló máa jọba. But lẹ́nìí problem tá a wá ní nísìnyí pé àwọn tó ń jọba lẹ̀ Yorùbá wọ́n ò sí nínú lineage kankan mọ́. Wọ́n ti bá gbogbo ẹ̀dá mi. Wọ́n ti destroy that dynasty tó yẹ kó máa bá bọ̀ tó yẹ kó dí Ifá kí Ifá sọ pé ilé báyìí ni ọba hàn àwọn olórí burúkú politician yín tó yẹ ká sọ̀kò pa wọ́n ti pààyàn rẹ́ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ wọ́n ti gba kíni.
Dynasty.
And this is some of the reason why we are in trouble today. This is some of the reason why line of Oba, thank you so much. What we now have is kọ́ba kan máa sọ pé Lagos ò kì í ṣe ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Kọ́ba kan jáde nísìn kó ní Yorùbá nation tẹ́ ń fẹ́ yẹn ẹ sì ṣe sùúrù náà àbí kí Ìgbòho fẹ́ lọ kí ọba kan kọ́ba sá kúrò ní palace. Because they are not the true
Dynasty.
The line in throne. And you can see why we are. Oh, thank you so much. Somebody also put there on Instagram, Yawa Fumiwa. Thank you so much. We love you all. And these are the problem that our tí a náà fẹ́ Yorùbá nation tí à ń encounter. Àwọn tó yẹ kó gba Yorùbá nation jù òun ni àwọn ọba nítorí pé àwọn gangan ní
Dynasty.
But lẹ́nìí wọn ò ní gba Yorùbá nation mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́ nítorí pé political appointment lọ fi wọ́n síbẹ̀. Báwo ni gọ́vùnà máa gbé àṣẹ ọ̀pá lé ọba lọ́wọ́ ọba tó yẹ kó fún gọ́vùnà ní nǹkan. Once again, a very, very good evening and welcome. Ṣé ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ṣó ń yé wa bá ṣe ń bá lọ yìí? Ṣé ti rí pé reason tá a ṣe nípa bá wàhálà tí a bá wá fa wàhálà yẹn débì kan? Amẹ́ríkà ti mọ̀ pé a kì í ṣe kankan náà mo ti ṣàlàyé fún yín mo kàn tún padà lọ sẹ́yìn díẹ̀ because Amẹ́ríkà ti jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé we are not one nínú statement táwọn fúnra wọn kọ sí bíbá ẹjẹ́ ń padà kábẹ̀ yín. The use of ethnically charged rhetoric before, during and after the gubernatorial election in Lagos was particular concern, but America is not going to break Nigeria for you. Béèyàn kan bá ní àlọ́ máa protest níwájú British Empire, British government, wọn ní break it. America is not going to help you to break it. But ìjọ tó bá ti di gbàs-gbòs tó di gbòs-gbàs táwa lórí M1 mo kí àwa ìyálóde ìjà náà ọ̀tà fatbell ẹ̀ka bọ̀ grandma. Ẹ rí i pé America máa dá sí because America ti jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé èdè yìí o kí ló mean àti ṣàlàyé lẹ́ǹkan fáyìn tẹ̀sẹ̀ ń wọlé culturally, genetically, ancestrally. Àwa àtàwọn Ìgbò àkìíṣe kan náà àtàwùsá àkìíṣe kankan náà wọ́n wá kó gbogbo wa papọ̀ wọ́n ní ká máa gbégbé àlàáfíà wọ́n ní ká jọ máa bára wa ṣe ká máa fẹ́yàwó síra wa ẹ ò lè fọmọ Ìgbò just as governor Ondo state fẹ́ Ìgbò ẹ a lè fẹ́ Ìgbò kò mátà but if we remain in Nigeria there will be a lot of problem. So ìyẹn lọ bẹ́ẹ̀. In tó gbé wa dé ilé ìtàn wò lọ nísìn òun ni bíbá a lọ ń wo àwọn ẹran pa bàbá kan wà Ọlọ́run fún Yorùbá nìkan mo rántí orúkọ bàbá yẹn bọ̀ bí àwọn tó bá jẹ́ mùsùlùmí wọn ló máa ń wo oòrùn bàbá yẹn máa gbójú sókè á máa wo oòrùn yẹn kò dẹ̀ ní gbójú wálẹ̀ kábíyèsí nínú màá nǹkan kúkú ṣe ń bẹ kò ń ṣàwọn wèrè tá a ní nísìn tẹ́ pé ẹ bá ní kọ́ṣìn nǹkan fún yín gan ọ̀bẹ ni agbowó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ wọ́n ní bàbá yẹn máa ń wo oòrùn bóun ṣe bright báyìí ó máa gbé ojú sókè ó lè wo oòrùn yẹn títí for hours. Ọ̀túnba Adékúnlé ní Egypt is generating a lot of money from tourism visit the pyramid. Yeah. So let's go back again lórí ohun tí à ń wò yìí. These were part of what I do at my leisure time.
Periodic fluctuation had been observed in the number of sunspots, but a deeper insight into the sun's behavior would not emerge until 1958. 1958
làwọn ti ń rán nǹkan lọ sókè. Àmọ́ ṣáwọn náà ní tẹkinọ́lọ́jì yẹn ló ti tọ́ àbí ibi tó ti ń káàkiri lọ ti rí méjì mẹ́ta wọ́n mú níbí wọ́n mú lọ́hùn wọ́n da síbí wọ́n da sọ́hùn ó yá nígbà tó dọ́dọ̀ tiwa àwọn bàbá tiwa kúkú dà kọ́kọ́ mọ̀ ọkọ̀ ìdáfá fún wọn ni àwọn náà wá stọ́dì ìfá yẹn wọ́n wá gbé sá lọ wọ́n wá lọ kọ̀ǹbátẹ̀ wọ́n wá sọ di tẹkinọ́lọ́jì táwọn ló lé ní and which is exactly what happened. Tẹ́ bá wo fídíò ọmọ ta play lánàá girl yẹn. She said something similar to that video. Binary, numbers. Ifa is number. Let's see if we can quickly get that video quickly. Once again, a very good evening. And Ipa is phone line so that Ejakala will be a married video quickly. If I can get that video. I play Lano. I post a lot of things on our timeline. I hope we can. Again, I don't saw Nipa.
Elon Musk is talking about constricting the journey from London to New York to 31 minutes. But unfortunately, the topic and issue in Nigeria is restructuring. Restructuring my food. So hell with restructuring. Let's improve on the point.
This is the vice president. Tó máa bá Tinubu ṣiṣẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n tó sọ ó ní restructuring my foot ẹ̀jà padà sí ẹ̀yìn sí.
Elon Musk is talking about constricting the journey from London to New York to 31 minutes. But unfortunately, the topic and issue in Nigeria is restructuring. Restructuring my foot. To hell with restructuring. Let's improve on the quality of governance.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n wọn ló sọ ó ní restructuring my food, and these are the crazy people that we are living with in today's 21st century, and you expect àwa tí a ní ìran to move further, to move forward. Ó ti sọ ó ní restructuring my food. I think I got another video.
Let's work for the people. Let's invest in education. Let's create jobs. All this madness will evaporate.
Bóun ṣe rí mọ́ nìyẹn. Simba, again, let's see. I have another video that I can show us. So I'm going to open the phone line because I'm sure we are almost 2 hours. I'm actually ojú òpó mi sí láìpẹ́. Let me just take us down quickly to my page where I want to pick something. Tó bá ní kò sí wàhálà, Paris lélẹ̀. Àwọn ará Paris. Paris ni. That's Paris. Happy birthday once again. And tó bá mọ báyé ṣe rí láti inú flight kan tí mo travel lélẹ̀. So bó ṣe rí, this is how the world looks like látòkè. Okay? Can see me there. Ẹ ṣe gan ni yàrá. Sórí ohun tí à ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀. òun yẹn ohun tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ ṣòun ló reflect sí ìgbà tí mo wà lórí flight the same ohun sórí bó ṣe wọnú aircraft yẹn the same ohun tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ ní bíbá ní 1957 làwọn lè ti send nǹkan lọ sókè okay and that's the same sun reflection there àṣìgbọ́n ṣòro ojú mi gbọ́dọ̀ bí tí èmi náà wá nǹkan kan káàkiri so you can see the power of the sun ṣòro bó ṣe penetrate wọlé so let me forward these mo fẹ́ ká lọ wo bí òun yẹn ṣe máa ń jà lókè.
Arzu ettiğiniz her şeyi tezahür ettir.
Jẹ́ ká bá tí mo lọ. Let's go back here. This is the power of the sun. Ṣòro bó ṣe ń.
Observing the sun in different wavelengths yields very accurate temperature readings, and the dramatic rise in temperatures moving away from the surface had scientists completely baffled.
Pé Ọlọ́run tóbi lọ́ba. Òun lélẹ́yìí o.
5, 4, 3.
In 1990, a new spacecraft was launched.
Ignition and liftoff of Discovery.
So all the time they are sending something up there, and this is part of what a reflection of the sun. Ṣòro bó ṣe spread jáde ní different millions of rails. Tógo wa máa jáde, a gbọ́dọ̀ fọ́ Nàìjíríà, a gbọ́dọ̀ fọ́ débi pé àgbáyé máa mọ̀ pé lótìtọ́ lódodo àwa ìran ọmọ aládé fẹ́ jáde. Ògo yẹn leléyìí o, ògo tó fẹ́ búyọ, òun lòun tẹ̀ ń rí. But tá a bá jókòó sínú Nàìjíríà, ògo yẹn ò lè jáde o. So these are some of my, look at that again. Báyé ṣe rí látòkè, èyí ló wò yìí.
Tó wà lórí flight nígbà míì a ní opportunity yẹ tó jẹ́ pé èsì ọ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan ní the other side and not the other side assume wọ́n wá máa rí oríṣiríṣi bí ayé ṣe rí etí ẹ̀ sórí yóò gbà pé ṣe kúrò so ìwọ́n náà máa wú gbogbo ẹ̀ lọ́pọ̀ sọ ayé ló dùn báyìí ayé jù bẹ́ẹ̀ náà lọ ayé jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ but what they've done in Nigeria is a wicked politicians that does not want the best for the Yoruba people and until we Yoruba people say enough is enough then you will not get peace of mind if what is done in Nigeria. Nigeria is not working for anybody and there's no point trying to save it.
There's no point trying to save it. So these are some of my, when I travel, I do a lot of video. Because I want to see so many things. So you can see this is another shot of another video.
Wind turbine, wind turbine. Sorry. Look on the other of generating electricity. Fáwọn aráàlú náà.
Let's flip that again. All these are already. While in Nigeria, this one was killed. PDP chairman Peter Inweke beaten to coma in Ebonyi have died. May so rest in peace. Ọmọ Yorùbá lélẹ́yìí is another very sad one. Bí ó ní a bit of mental problem, but your breakdown ni. But this was posted to a WhatsApp group. Mo lè ní káwọn tíìmù wa kan má jẹ audio yẹn papọ̀. She is actually from Akure in Ondo State, but currently in Libya, we don't know what is wrong with her.
Hello, my brothers and sisters. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you are watching me from. I beg oh, when I don't mind my voice. Like Kaka want to kill me, oh, I beg. When I not just mind this my voice is very bad. But I know say some people will still understand me. I just see this my sister now, one of our sister, one Nigeria girl, Nigeria lady, Tajora here. So as I see her for that place, the people they drag and they put for this motor now. So as they put her for the bus to carry her come out, me I come the house, what did they happen? They're going to tell me so whether I know her. I said, what did happen? Now whether they drag and they put.
And these are àwọn ọmọ ìrànmọ́ aládé tó wà lẹ́yìn odi. Only God knows what I've wrong with her. But as you can see, something has gone wrong. Àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó yẹ kó wà nínú ilé ọba l'Ondo State. Ondo la máa sọ pé ó ní the largest bitumen, but àwọn ará Ondo wà níta. And these are the more reason why we are saying ṣé bá ṣe máa bá a lọ náà nílé tá a bá hit ọ̀rọ̀ yìí dáadáa tó kanlẹ̀. I hope we can be able to break. She has gone AY in Libya.
Before did they talk? I dey explain for I said, see what he said na him do am. They come say, okay, make they carry go hospital go check am. So now they come dey tell me whether make I enter, make I go. No, me I carry my baby now I go put her for school. So I come dey I want.
We pray that she gets better. So I have one more again today. I'm sure some of you have heard the news if you're following us back to back. Gunmen attack a community in Ondo State. The same Ondo, tí ọmọ tá ń ṣó lẹ́ẹ̀kan adopted a 19-year-old girl. What in call her 10 million wa. A 19-year-old girl, Adetutu Okimbaloye, has been, I hope it's not the same family of Okimbaloye, Shimo Okimbaloye, I hope not. A 19-year-old girl, Adetutu Okimbaloye, has been adopted by gunmen in her home in Imoru community, Oshe, local government area of Ondo State. She was adopted after 7 armed men attacked their home, injured 3 persons, and whisked her away. Meanwhile, the adopters have demanded the sum of 10 million naira for her release. The police and local security group Amotekun are said to be looking for her. Another problem here as well. So there's a lot happening. Ìyá 75 grandma ó sún ọmọ ẹ̀ ó sún ìyàwó ọmọ ẹ̀ àti grandson àmọ́ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ eléyìí náà Ondo State ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ní over the weekend kọ́lọ́n fún òkè gbogbo family tí grandma kí ló lè ṣẹlẹ̀ tí grandma dáná sun ilé ọmọ ẹ̀ àti ìyàwó ọmọ ẹ̀ àtàwọn grandchildren méjì nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá àfi kí Elédùmarè kó jọ kó dáwọ́ bí dúró. Ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ tẹ̀lé wa lórí timeline wa. Happy birthday once again to Semonepa. Onitsha lélẹ̀ iná ti jó lónìjà. Mo fẹ́ ká gbọ́ ìyá ẹ̀.
Since we met you people 500 years ago, as far as I'm concerned, since we met you people 500 years ago, look at us. We've given everything. You are still taking. It's true. I mean, where will the whole Western world be without Africa? Our cocoa, our timber, our gold, our diamonds, our platinum, our water, everything you are is us. As far as I'm concerned, since we met you people 500 years ago, look at us. We've given everything. You are still taking. It's true. I mean, where will the whole Western world be without Africa? Our cocoa, our timber, our gold, our diamonds, our platinum, our water, everything you are is us.
You heard her very well 500 years ago. And as we are still doing our exploration dynasty last holiday, into Mwado dynasty ni ọ̀rọ̀ tá gbọ́ níbí bá. Let's come back here again.
From the 27th century, yeah, 27th century, the BCE. He is
Again,
more popular.
BCE, before the common era. Before the common era. The question then is, why are they forcing every one of us to live in a country that there is bigotry, there is hatred, there is ethnic, violence going on, even though could still explode, but looking at it, it can get explode. Language barrier, our culture, the people. I don't want to use too much of this video because these are documentary that, what she released 8 days ago. But hello, I can share the link for you to go and watch it. But let's go back to our timeline here quickly before we take our calls. Gbogbo tó kù nínú program wa nísìnyí kò tó 1 hour 15 minutes. So gbogbo tá a máa fi gba calls. That's if we get calls. I'm Mother Steven. Thank you so much for joining us. Those of you watching. So let's come back here again. In 4000 BCE, Egypt emerged as a centralized state and a flourishing civilization, which is exactly what we can see here. That's about 4000 BCE. 2700 BCE, period of the Old Kingdom, Middle Kingdom, New Kingdom of the ancient Egypt and the northeastern Africa. 2500, other civilization emerged in Mesopotamia, northern China, northeast India. 2500 BC, Nubian state with its capital at Kamal emerged as river of Egypt. Let's go a little bit further. Next one. So the next one is we can try to anything that goes to do with our own, but life and era of the Christ beginning of Christianity. That was 133 AD. So what I just want us to get out of this is 200 BC, the state of Ghana begins to evolve in the West African Sudan. It is located in what is now Burkina Faso. I mean, these are histories that they've actually used. Mokinyawa Olushola Dewi. They've actually, locked us into forgetting Ibitatimbo, then embracing these nonsensical, civilization. When we have our own civilization, 200 BC, settlement is established at Jenny on the Niger River in West Africa. 146 BCE, Roman conquer Carthage and establishes its first significant presence on Africa continent. But today, the Yoruba people at home are more worried about Nigeria. The other ethnic groups are all more worried about the shito country called Nigeria. And I think we're going to be using this more. Let me bookmark it because there's a lot that we can learn from these. But I'm going to open the phone line, and I'm sure you all know the number. If you'd like to also add a call, your own 1 or 2 input to the conversation. I might be sitting on Wi-Fi here. It's just loading a few minutes. Let's take a look at some of the other ones there. 570 to 632, life and era of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, begins of Islam. 615, Muslim refugees from Arabia given refugee in Axion known as Ethiopia. 620, begin of trans-Indian trade as reflected by Chinese coins from the period found on the east coast of Africa. 642, Egypt is conquered and converted to Islam. New Islamic capital of Cairo is established. Let's go further again. 880, 869, thousands of black slaves in what is now southern Iraq will take up arms against their master in Zanjir rebellion and declare their independence from Abbas Caliphate. They will control the region and operate as an independent state for 14 years until troops from Baghdad finally conquer the region. So it is not today that we're not in freedom. You can even hear from here, thousands of black slaves in what is now southern Iraq. wọ́n gbé ìbọn láti bá àwọn masters wọn jà. 880 better Israel settled in Ethiopia. 890 beginning of the kingdom of Shogun. 908 permanent Arab trading settlement established in Somalia. Gbogbo àwọn ìlú yẹn nísìnyí they are very very not settled. 945 Maloyo Indonesia raid from Madagascar is launched on East Africa coast city of Sofala. 975 the Christian kingdom of Oxon is overrun by Muslims. 992 the Empire of Ghana capture Baba city of Awada Ghost and gain controls over trans-Saharan trade. 420 Christian Theologian Augustine of Hippo in North Africa argues for equality. So all these and all these are those histories. And okay, I think I found something now coming to Nigeria. So let's start from the top. Hausa City. No, let's start from the top one. 1100 CA. Okay, what is the meaning of CA? We want to find the meaning as well so that we can get the understanding. So let me go and do a Google search. I've opened too many stuff. I gotta close some. So kill me by CA. I don't know. Does anybody know the meaning of CA? Can you see it? You mean? Okay. What does CA stand for? I don't know. Maybe somebody will help me on the chat room. So let's come back. In 1100 CA, Hausa city state emerged in what is now northern Nigeria. That was it, 1100 CA. I don't know if anybody Psycha, what's that? What's the meaning of that? So now we are seeing the northern part of Nigeria emerging in 1100 CA. Okay, that's about anything searchable there. Let's see. Let me take this one out. Can't see anything that can help me. I don't know. All right, let's just close it. Let's come back anyway. So then 1550 Karasaki Dangumasu, the ruler of Kano, complete the war around the city. Kano will become the largest and the most significant of Hausa city state. Ganjude APC lost Kano and is back to NNPP. 1550. Okay, it's a Latin word approximately. Okay, thank you. It means approximately. Okay, approximately. I got it now. Yeah. So CA is approximately 1100. That was when the city of Hausa city state emerged. Let's go further. Beginning of the Sagawa dynasty, again Atimomini dynasty in Ethiopia. 1200 approximately, King Lalibele of Ethiopia began construction of rock-cut churches. 1200 approximately, slavery ends in England. Nígbà tó ti fi wá ṣe oríṣiríṣi nǹkan. Ìyà ti jẹ ṣégè sí wa lára Ọlọ́run. Slavery ends in England but continues in Ireland. Slavery flourished among the European nations along the Mediterranean as well as all of the North Africa. 1230, the Empire of Mali emerges in West Africa under Sudeta. 1250, emergency of the Empire of Benin in the present-day Nigeria. Benin is the first major centralized state in West African rainforest. So we're going to be using this more, but at least we all got the understanding of. So let's now go back and read a little bit more from the. I'm getting a little bit tired tonight, but so we'll probably just continue tomorrow. Even if we don't take calls, okay, so that I can wrap it up. I'm already feeling tired. So what America is just saying that elections is shape. But it is entirely up to us to move ourselves out of Nigeria. We will talk about this topic again tomorrow. Yoruba politician, why to prefer Nigeria as against Yoruba nation? That one now affair is because I wanted a new ruler working on behalf of the empire, just as some of you will always say when you make a call into the program as well. How do we stop them is the question. Do we allow them to continue to flourish and hold every one of us in bondage? I want to bring myself back into the full screen and remove the... Why am I getting this video still showing? That's strange. I don't know. I want to take that video out. Where is the video? So it's entirely up to us to understand that our politicians does not want the breakup of Nigeria. But we have to prove to them how how concern. Listen, how do we deal with them so that we can have what truly belongs to us? What the hold and what the hold around what dear that he understanding so many things. And to one learning something how do we go back to the real who we are? America, but America believes that Nigeria is a sovereign nation and we can just continue like that. So, like I said, I will come back and discuss these tomorrow again. Emma Bruno, I won't take the calls as I wanted. My body has just been telling me I'm already soon awesome. So I'm gonna have to wind it down. I'm a boy, you don't see the my love, but I just want to appreciate every one of us. I hope you have been able to pick one or two things during the 2 hours of this program. Think about it. The will I prefer. The low exposition that we jáde lálẹ́ ẹ̀wọ̀n oríṣiríṣi eré àlá máa ń lọ lórí program wa. It shows a cardboard, you have me. We can do it and it will be done. But in topic ṣe ni profit frustrate gbogbo wa. Ọdẹ mọ̀kútà wa ti frustrate wa. Ruga Giant, thank you so much. And I was actually chatting with you on the Facebook Messenger. They just want to frustrate the movement. I'm not talking about we. I'm talking about the people from outside Nigeria. That will be a very beautiful thing for humanity. And they know that. I'm going to come back tomorrow and actually dissect this particular topic. Yoruba nation is the only answer. They know that, but they are holding us back. So I think you don't see IGBOHO, and then when I come back, I play the anthem. I will call it a night. I have a long day tomorrow as usual, as Wednesday, but we'll see what we can do tomorrow. So let's play it as IGBOHO, and then we'll call it a night. Yoruba politician, very wicked. Very, very wicked. Purposely holding us back for their own selfish gain. láti bẹ́rù àṣìṣe ìṣọ̀kan ìkẹ̀jẹ́ tẹ̀síwájú. Sí ipò ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ àní ìgbà ìlú lálẹ́ Azeez òkè nígbà àwọn ẹgbẹ́ mi dáadáa ó ráyọ lámà sun gbogbo ẹ̀yin tèmi ó dàárọ̀.
Yorùbá nation yìí ti gbogbo wa ni. Kó gbọ́dọ̀ máa jẹ́ torí kò sí ìyàwó.
Life is so funny. You come with nothing, then fight for everything, and later leave everything and go back with empty hand. And God is powerful. Life is so funny.
Good night, everybody. Bye for now.